The chairperson is quite essential because this is the maestro of the entire board. Now, if you have a chairman who understands the role of the board and who is really focused on strategic level and the oversight job of the board, then the focus of the board will be the same. What I've seen happening in many companies is this. You see, for example, number one, you see the CEO is the one preparing the agenda for the board, not the chairman and not the company secretary. Now, when I am the CEO and I'm preparing the draft agenda, what I put there is things where I feel comfortable with and where I'm strong, and these are technical issues. So I start to fill the file of the board with items and information about technical issues, but this is not the job of the board. And what will happen is I will take this file through the company secretary to the chairman, he will approve, and then it will be the discussion of the board, and then discussion is too technical. Nobody is asking about the strategy of the company, nobody is asking about the KPIs for the long term, nobody is asking about the culture of the company, and stuff like that. Because I'm getting them involved in lots of operational decisions. And then what will happen is I will make them make decisions. So if something goes wrong, I will say that was your decision, not mine, as a CEO. Okay. Now, if the chairman understands, he will see and then say that's not part of the board. This doesn't have to come to the board. That's all taken out. So number one, the agenda will be shaped in a very different way, in a very professional way. That's number one. Number two, a good chairman will always allow people to participate and to give their opinions. So he will have boundaries for board members not to comment on each other, not to start to get into side, talks and side conflicts and so on. So he will allow everyone to speak their mind, and he will respect whatever the board member says, regardless whether, the chairman agrees or disagrees with that, and he will force people to respect that opinion. And then thirdly, he will give assignments to board members and committees of things to do, and then he will follow up with them. And then finally, he will follow up on the resolutions that were made by the board with the management. So in every meeting, he will have a look at what have we decided last time, what did we ask the management to do, and let's see whether they have done this or not. If the chairman is not like this, what you will have is a chaotic process by which that the board is not doing their job. They are not really, following up with the management properly. They are doing lots of operational stuff. They are not even following their own resolutions. So they might take decisions where nobody's implementing and they have no idea of this. So that's why the chair is really quite an important person. And remember that the chairman is the one responsible for board evaluation. So assessing the quality of the board is the chairman. And usually, even regardless of the system by which you choose board members, the chair has good recommendation for the shareholders. So even if you have one of the sovereign wealth funds, for example, or big holding companies, they usually ask the chairman. So if the chairman feels some of the board members are not really qualified enough or they are not doing the job, he can recommend that they be changed and somebody else will come. And he will sort of mention or stress what kind of skills do we still need in the board? Maybe I cannot find somebody who understands the strategy, for example, or somebody who understands the industry, or somebody who understands financials. Then he will ask the shareholder to say, you know what, we need somebody who understands these issues to join us in the board. And that's all the chairman. So that's why he is really very important in making sure the quality of the board is really quite high. It is not performance management of the CEO, it is oversight. So what happens is in the board we make decisions about the vision, the strategy, what we'd like to achieve, and we agree on what are the KPIs we would like to assist the management according to, not only financials and non-financials as well, such as HR and environment and social and all that stuff. So we agree on that, and then we agree with him on the plan for the year, and then we start to follow up maybe quarterly to see what's happening. So we say, okay, now we need reports. And we in the board, and the chairman, of course, we ask for specific reports. So we decide what kind of reports are we asking for. So we say, these are the reports we would like to see every quarter to follow up on the performance of the management. So we are not managing, but we are overseeing. And then when the chairman sees that the CEO is drifting away a little bit, it's one-to-one meeting between the chair and the CEO, in which the chair will coach the CEO, saying that, okay, we expected this to happen, it's not happening, so what is going on? And so it will be a friendly discussion and a way to advise the CEO of what we expect from him. So it's not like the first thing is you punish or whatever, it's not about that. It's really about the chairman being sounding chairman and supporting chairman at the same time. So we are not managing the performance, but we are overseeing, assessing, and guiding the performance of the CEO. Just the key thing, which is whether for the chairman or the board members, is the idea of time commitment. Because we see people who are very qualified and very experienced, but they are too busy to read the files and to put the effort there. So it is not enough to get somebody with a good profile. You have to make sure they have the right time to do the task for this kind of company, which is, some of them are burning out already. They are in 7 or 8 boards and they are in so different positions. You don't expect these people to pay attention to the company and read the files and ask the questions and follow up with the management and so on. So the idea of time commitment is really quite important. The key thing for the board is to make decisions, and one of the key issues you need for that is information. Now you have 2 types of information which is coming from the management, and information that you seek independently as a board member, and that's what takes time. So for example, I need to read about the industry, what's happening globally, maybe case studies, maybe some legal issues, maybe economic development in the country or in the region, and so on, and that I have to do myself. So you get a file from the management, which is maybe 60 or 70 pages, but I have to get lots of information on my own to make sure that I get independent information, so I'm not led by the management. I have my own sources, if you like, end of the day. And that takes time, of course.